For my birthday month, I am building a folio inspired by the poem De Mousevoort by Annie M.G. Smit. I am building this folio one piece at a time, and I am giving you all the pieces to follow along with me and creating this adorable mouse family on their adventure to Bacon Rind City. Hi everyone, my name is Marylou and this is Create Junk Journals with Marylou. And the Snort family and myself would like to invite you to the Snort family home. So all 12 of the Snort family, mom, dad, and the 10 children, are happy to invite you to join us and start our journey. The whole family of 12 is going to go on a journey, and their journey is going to be working on here. The first thing I need to do is I need to put something in the center so this doesn't look so absolutely terrible anymore. And I don't know if you remember from the very first video, I have this fabric that is nice and thin, and I can put that right here, and it kind of matches the background that I have. So that is what I want to do. So I'm just going to take a strip of this and tear it. And that will go right here. I don't need that much, so I'm probably going to take most of the yellow. And I'm going to take a piece right here. There. And a piece right there. So now I have a nice strip of fabric that can go right here in the center. But before I can glue that down, I have to do something with the background. So to start with, I am going to put the landscape on it. And then from there, I am going to work it out because the landscape is pretty specific. So here we go. It is a very Dutch polder landscape. Polder, polder. So that means that this ditch was created as drainage. You know, the Netherlands was created by the Dutch. Most of it is under sea level, so that, or below sea level, not under sea level, below sea level. And that's why there's drainage ditches and pumps and everything all the time that will keep everything dry. So I am going to glue the background down, and then we'll paint around the edges so that it kind of all blends together. I'm going to grab my glue, and I'm just going to grab this one because it's a little bit more fluid than the other one, and it works a little faster. Because I don't want to take too much of your time, I want to do this in half an hour or less. And you know what? I am going to open it up, and I'm just going to kind of pour it out like that. And then I'll grab a brush and just paint the glue on here so it goes a little faster. Let's not paint over top of each other. Just like that. I just want to make sure that this is well attached. The paper that I printed this on is a little thinner than what I printed the mice onto. This is 32-pound paper, so it does hold very nicely. And if you're going, oh no, but you printed that and now you're using water. No, I'm using photo paper, double-sided matte photo paper, and that doesn't mind the water. It is not going to bleed. It's not going to do anything. So I'm just going to stick, it's upside down. Let's not stick it upside down. So now I'm just going to stick this right here and slide it into place. I want it right there. And I'll grab my bone folder and go over it just to make sure that everything is well attached and that there is no air bubbles. And I'll grab my towel and wipe up any of the excess glue that is going to come out, because there will be lots. But at least I know for sure that this is attached all the way. Oh, whoops. I managed to tear it. That's the only thing, you know, the paper does not stand up to manhandling, just like any other paper. Do I feel any more bubbles? Yes, right there. Still a little bit. Just have to be gentle. There we go. There is my background attached. So I'm going to do the other side as well. And I'll be a little more gentle. I won't use nearly as much glue, right? Isn't that how it always goes? You start off with something and you're using way too much, and then you're going and you're being more conservative, and then it wants all of it. Whoop. Okay, I know that the top here is not sticky enough yet, but now it is. All right, let's get this onto the base. There. Make sure it's straight. Flatten it out really nicely. And there we go. There is the background onto the page. Now you can leave it like this. Of course you can. It's all good. But I'm not going to. I want to paint around the edges. So I'm grabbing a sponge, and I have my paint tray, and I am grabbing 3 different colors paint because I kind of want to pick up on that pinkish, purplish background. So I have haze, I have wisteria, and I have vanilla. I'm not sure if I want to have something a little pinker, but for now, this is where I am going. So I'm going to start with the darkest color and put them into my paint tray here. And then I'm going to grab the haze. And there's a little clog here, which is fine. That just means that the paint is nicely sealed up and it keeps it nice and moist. That's the haze, and you can see the haze has a little bit of a grayish purple tinge to it. And then I'm going to grab the vanilla that we've already used for the front cover. There we go. All of these are opaque, or well, the haze is semi-opaque, but the other ones are opaque paints, so it should all cover up very nicely. I'm going to start with the wisteria. So I'm just putting a little bit onto my sponge, and I'm kind of just sponging it on here, kind of just dabbing, and I am going over the edge of the background, because that way I can blend everything together. This is more for the illusion of the background than to keep the background exactly as it is. And I want it to look somewhat half decent. There we go. I'll let that dry, and in the meantime I will do the exact same thing on this side. I am going to grab a dauber. It's going to make my life a little easier because now there's paint everywhere. And with a dauber, it just have a little bit more control than with just the sponge in my hand. And you can use any kind of acrylic paint. I just happen to love paper artsy paint, so that is what I have and that is what I use. If you have anything else, use that. If you don't have paint, you don't need to use paint. I am just doing that so that I get to turn this into a fun project for me as well, and that I can show you the possibilities. I love that wisteria around here, and as it's drying it is becoming a little brighter, so that's even better. Okay, so now I'm going to grab a different sponge. I'm just going to put that one aside, and I am going to go back over it slightly. I'm grabbing just a little bit of paint, and I'm going back to the first side, and I just want to give it some haze. So not crazy amounts, just a little bit, just to kind of blend it in. And I don't think I'm going to need the vanilla. I really don't. I think this is just enough. There, I really like that. It now gives like just the illusion of the background, right? As opposed to the full background in full view. So I'm doing the same thing here. I really like it. So that is the background for the Snort family road trip to Bacon Rind City. There we go. I think she's lovely. I think it is doing exactly what I want. I am going to let this dry. I'm going to put the heat gun on it for a moment and let the paint dry. And then I'm going to put the fabric on it so that the whole background is done. And I can carry on tomorrow with the next part. Now that this part is dry at least, I can take my 3-in-1 glue. And I'm going to put glue right here on the inside strip on the spine. And I'm going to leave this open so that it can keep moving. And then I'll put glue on this side and on this side, and that will hold the fabric down. I'm just waiting for the glue to come down. There we go. Making sure I have enough on here so that it's not going to seep and it's not going to fall apart either. And then I'm just going to put a little bead of glue right along here and right along here. There we go. Now I'm grabbing that strip of fabric and I'm going to start right here at the bottom. And I'm sticking it down in the center part, just like that. And then I will move it over to the edge so that the edge can get a hold of the rest of it. There we go. There is my inside of the Snort family adventure. And yes, I made a mess here a little bit. That's okay. There's still so much that is going to get covered up that it's all good. All right, so this is going to dry, and I will be back tomorrow with the next part for the Snort family adventure to Bacon Rind City. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button because you never know what else is going to be happening for the Snort family adventure, and you don't want to miss anything. This background is now today for free in my coffee shop. The link is down below, so go get it because it is part of the whole project. This is the front and the back, and I got paint all over it, which is okay, it happens. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye!